did.
And we're on.
And we're live.
We're live.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I make noise.
You do, you jingly bell.
I jingle bell.
I've asked you to wear the sweater through all of your grimaces. And my question of the day is, how do you feel about festive wear?
Would I grimace?
Yes.
I am not as opposed to festive wear as I make it out. There are specific times when I think festive wear is very appropriate, like, for instance, a office holiday party.
Okay.
Right? Like
Christmas caroling.
No.
Why not?
Because if it's the appropriate time of year for Christmas caroling, it is too darn cold to...
Well, I'm not saying you wear... But you have a
indoor Christmas caroling I could see. Outdoor Christmas caroling, not so much.
Or if you know that after the caroling you're going back to somebody's house for chocolate and cookies and hot beverages and.
But yeah, like either an office Christmas party or if you're going to a Christmas party at somebody's house when you know that the majority of people are going to be wearing festive sweaters or something along those lines. So if you get the invitation from a good friend, they're like, hey, we're going to do this Christmas thing. Come in your festive wear. I'm like, okay, great. I'll throw my sweater on. It'll be fun. Yeah. And an hour after I get there, I'm taking it off because it's itchy. You know.
I have loved and have always loved festive sweaters and ornamental earrings and things like that. And I've called them ugly sweaters because for the last decade or so, that's how people have referred to them. But I've never personally thought they were ugly. Mm-hmm. And we were recently watching a Netflix show called Dash and Lily, and she makes this big thing of don't call them ugly sweaters. And I'm like, kindred spirit, I would wear a festive sweater or festive outfit every day of December.
Do you know, this is going to be hilarious. This is a story I don't think you've ever heard before.
Ooh.
Because I don't think I've ever told you the story about when I got my first festive sweater.
I don't think so.
It's in the trunk of the car. It's being donated. We're going to be giving it away. But I bought a festive sweater.
Okay.
Because what I call my first real job, by the time I got this job, I had been working for almost 20 years of my life at that point.
Okay.
But it's the first job where I felt like I was earning an income that was a respectable, I could actually live on this type income.
It was a grown-up job.
I had real responsibilities. I was actually part of the interview process for a couple of people at the office. I was fully in charge of a number of different projects. It was the first time I really felt like I was a responsible worker.
Okay.
And I was a part of the event and morale committee. I helped plan work events.
Okay.
And one of the things we planned was a holiday. I was part of the planning committee for a holiday event, and everyone was expected to have festive sweaters. And so I went out and bought a festive sweater because as part of the planning committee, I needed to show up in a...
Be festive!
Show up in a festive sweater for this because we need to encourage everyone to show up in their festive sweaters. So yeah, that's when I got my first one.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a sweater that I don't wear anymore, but as a youth pastor, when the ugly sweater ironically being worn and having parties, I went out and bought what I thought was actually a very nice holiday sweater from a thrift store. But then I went out and bought those, do you know those like necklaces that you can get with the battery option? I bought 2 of them and I sewed the lights into the sweater and then I added extra bits to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then somebody, which was not you, somebody was over helping me and without thinking through the sweater in the laundry, and now the batteries don't work.
Right.
Yeah, this was years before I knew you. It is December. And it is time for our Advent tea. I was going to say it's December 24th. It's not. It's the 22nd.
24th is in 2 more days.
We are almost fully seeing the picture. Like, there is only 2 teas after today. Not Snickerdoodle. Sleigh Ride is still my absolute favorite.
Until today, when they changed that by providing you the most amazing tea ever.
Today's tea is Silent Night.
Does it make us mute afterwards?
Find it.
Speaking of, very amusing story. We helped out a little bit for a kids' Christmas pageant that was being performed at our church because they needed someone to help set up some spaces, get the sound system working, that type of thing.
I'm going to step back for a second. So Polson Park Free Methodist Church has a daycare, and the daycare operates almost throughout the year. And this past week, they were having their Christmas concert and pageant. And that's why Alex and I were at it in the afternoon for the reasons Alex said.
Yeah. And the youngest group, which was also the largest group,
It's hilariously adorable.
were very, very, very cute. And the second song they did was Silent Night, and it was Silent Night as sung off key by 40 kids between the ages of 3 and 5.
It was so not
In
silent.
yelly voices.
Can you just imagine 40 kids yelling, belting Silent Night,
All off key.
and not all together?
Yeah. All slightly different off key, and none of them in tempo.
Okay, I smell orange, maybe cranberry. Oh, and now it's going up my nose.
That's a good way of getting your tea.
Okay,
I prefer to drink it myself.
this is a caffeine-free beverage.
Okay.
It is a rooibos, and
Okay.
it is made up of rooibos,
Yeah.
orange peel,
Yeah.
cinnamon,
Yeah.
natural orange flavoring,
Yeah. Well, we definitely both smelt the orange in there then.
clove, allspice, valerian,
Valerian root.
just valerian,
Okay.
nutmeg, natural pumpkin pie flavoring, red cornflower petal. It is kosher.
Well, that's good to know.
And I need a tissue now.
There you go.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, we have no tissues at the table anymore. I moved them to make space for our streaming setup.
Yes. It was a lovely Christmas concert. Can you put that away while I...
Get a tissue? This is the first time I've been allowed to put one of these little boxes away.
Allowed? I didn't realize you were feeling neglected and not ostracized.
Okay, this is the first time I've had the opportunity to put one of these little boxes away. Better? Okay, what's our sleeping time?
Oh, I was feeling absolutely fine, and now I do not. Oh, I think it might have been because some of the tea went up my nose. Silent Night is
4 to 5 minutes.
I'm gonna sneeze again. I'm so sorry. And that's what you get for doing a live show.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Our candle burned super quick this time.
It's because it was taking so long last time that it started burning into the 22 yesterday before I remember.
Give it another like 30 seconds.
30 seconds?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Today, do you know what we don't have? Supposed to be some other candles.
Oh, that's right. Today is the Advent season. It's the Advent Sunday. Today is the last Sunday of Advent. Ta-da!
All these things.
Joy, hope, no.
We're
Peace,
actually gonna-
hope, joy, and love.
I'm gonna try not to cross fire. Hope, peace,
Joy and love. All right?
joy, and love. prayer. It's the last Sunday before Christmas.
Yay.
Yeah. Our Christmas thought is fix your eyes.
Okay.
With so many things vying for our attention, we need to be intentional about our focus. May we set our gaze on a gift that will never... May we set our gaze on a gift that was never wrapped with the prettiest of paper and the biggest bow. Let us fix our eyes on the amazing gift that started it all. Before we go on, like that's the whole thought. There is a prayer, but I'm like, absolutely. Christians would say Jesus is the reasons for the season. And in the midst of that, like I like the word that they chose of being intentional. And it's not just about being intentional, but remembering to worship Jesus in this time, but it's intentionality of fixing our eyes on the things that matter. Being with family and friends over just what we're getting people, but like actually being present with people. And I find in this day of technology, that's getting harder and harder, both for children, youth, adults. Being intentional about being kind, recognizing, like seeing beyond your immediate circle of who you're celebrating with to see those who are not able to celebrate. And it is the time of year where people are more likely to be generous and caring. So it's tempting to be like, well, I gave to the kettle, which is an important piece. Like that does amazing things, but then going, so I've done my part. Whereas like you might be the way that God wants to bless somebody. How is God using you? So that fixing your eyes on needs around you. And that's like, we put first things first, but it is like that. I know the whole point of this write-up was to say like, look to Jesus. And I agree completely. And in that, I'm like, and let's remember the things he cared about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's this book that was written, almost like I read it 20 years ago. And it was written by a pastor who still ministers in Toronto, but he serves in one of the roughest and poorest areas of Toronto. And the book is called God in the Alley. And it starts with his premise of him wanting to go and be Jesus to people that didn't know Jesus. And yet in it, he discovers something that Matthew records as a parable from Jesus, that when we serve the least, when we serve the hungry, when we serve the forgotten, when we visit the imprisoned, when we visit the sick, we are serving Jesus. So how he wrote the book is he would tell a story, one chapter where he went and he was the hands and feet of Jesus serving somebody. But the very next chapter is where he learned to see Jesus in the eyes of the person that he had gone to be with. And then that pattern goes back and forth because we are hands and feet of Jesus, but we are also encountering Jesus when we serve. So again, very fitting with the fix your eyes this Christmas. What is your intention? Or how will you be intentional? This is the prayer. God, please help us to make time to quiet all the hustle and bustle, to wait in holy anticipation. May we remember that you were the best gift. May we come and seek you. And in seeking you, may we also have intention to be present with those we love that you've blessed us to have in our lives. And when we encounter places where we can be your hands and feet, may we go and be a blessing and encounter you in the face of the person we're serving. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, we have one Bible verse.
One very short Bible verse. It's from Psalm 119 and is verse 15. I meditate on your precepts and consider your ways. I think we're into 20, almost into 23 here.
Okay. Well,
I give you that.
thank you. We are almost come to Christmas. It's just a few days away.
We will
Today-
not be doing a Christmas stream.
I will be up.
I think last year we had talked about possibly doing it, and there was just no way it was going to happen for a number of reasons. Part of it is it's really hard to do a quiet Christmas stream on Christmas Day because even at 7 a.m., there's still movement in the house. But another part of it is that we like doing Christmas morning in our pajamas, and we would not want to be online for a stream in our pajamas.
Speaking of our original question, how do you feel about festive wear? I'm all about the matchy Christmas pajamas. Alex is less so. We have found a compromise.
They're Christmas themed.
Right, but I was hoping for like matching top and bottom. Anyway, we both have very similar plaid pajama pants. And
Christmas plaid pajama pants, and then you wear a green shirt that matches the green in the plaid, and I wear a red shirt that matches the red in the plaid, and they
it's
are very
cute.
matchy.
It is very matchy. It was not my original vision, but we have found a way to make it us both happy. I almost went out and bought us matching pajama pants for you with a shirt and then like a onesie for me or a nightgown, and it was like Oh Holy Night, and it was like little nativities all over it, and it was so cute. And then I went, you would never wear it.
I mean, I'm basically my entire adult life, pajamas for me are just like track pants,
Well, this is the funny thing about our Christmas pajamas.
like gym pants.
Those are not the pajamas we go to bed in. We wake up Christmas morning and put on the Christmas jammies.
To do Christmas for about 2 hours and then go get into comfortable clothes again.
Okay, what do we think of the tea?
I'm having a hard time finding the flavor because it's still very, very hot. What I am tasting, I like. It's very subtle.
I can't tell if I'm smelling the tea right now or the candle, so I'm actually ready to...
Snuff out all the candles.
Yes.
You candle snuffer.
I think our snuffer needs to be cleaned.
Yes, because it's getting black all over everything. Up there.
Oh.
Yeah. So yes, question of the day is, how do you feel about Christmas festive wear?
And do you have any Christmas sweaters? I have 3.
I technically have one, but I don't know if I could tell you where it is right at this moment. It's
Which is
packed
why you're
somewhere.
wearing one of mine.
It's packed somewhere. Unless this one was
That one might be yours and mine might be the cat one that's
possibly.
missing.
Yeah. We have a couple of suitcases of clothes that didn't fit in our closet that we tucked away into storage that we need to go through because I think there might be some Christmassy stuff that was tucked away like a month after Christmas season last year that we now need to open up and retrieve.
And we have Christmas decoration boxes here, but I've already realized like we didn't bring all of them out of storage, and there is 2 or 3 things that are missing. And you joked about like, we'll decorate the Christmas tree on the 23rd. Right now, there's decorations up, but it looks like Alex's joke has become a reality, which makes me sad. I wanted to be decorated on like November 30th.
Next year we will pull all the
You said that last year.
next year we'll pull everything out on the 11th and you can start setting up on the 12th.
Okay. I think I like this tea, but it's too hot to drink.
You have one Christmas shirt. Okay. Oh, Christmas-ish shirt.
I kind of want to get some of the like geeky, like there was a Doctor Who one where it was a Dalek, and instead of saying exterminate, it said decorate. So there's some of those.
They did one based on the Star Wars Christmas special where it was I think it was C-3PO and the Wookiee in Christmas hats or something like that. if I remember correctly.
That's just happy.
I've seen a few of them. I like the Christmas hat Baby Yoda that I saw one year.
Did we show them? We might not have our real tree, but I bought something the other day. Did we show this yet?
I do not believe so. She's stepping away. She will be back in a second. Look, we have decorated. We got ourselves.
I have a tree and it is decorated.
I know it's fake, but it is actually quite.
No, it's not.
It isn't?
No, there's growing like.
Oh wow, it is a growing plant. That's cool.
Cypress evergreen, full to partial shade, full sun to partial shade. Keep soil moist. I think it might need to be watered. Yeah. Yep. Check daily. Fertilize with plant food. In standard label rates, it will enhance the health. This is a real tree.
Very cool. Then we need to keep it watered. Here, water bucket.
I'm just.
I didn't realize it was real. I thought it was.
Yeah, I watered it the day we got it because it was a little dry, and I think I watered it before we left.
Okay, that should be enough water. It doesn't.
So yeah, I have a Christmas tree.
Yay.
It might be the only tree that gets decorated this year, but there it is.
It is a very cute Christmas tree.
It's my Grinch tree. I kind of want to move this out of the way so I can set it down. Thank you. There. Okay. I'm gonna try one more sip of the tea.
It's cooler now. I can taste the flavor. I like it. The orange is there, but it's very subtle. You can definitely taste the cinnamon. It might be the nutmeg that's mixed with it too.
It is not a bad Christmas tea. I think I'd have to have a couple more. It's not quite a acquired taste required, but it is not my absolute favorite.
It reminds me a little bit of the warmth tea that we have from Tetley, and I really like that tea.
Yes, but it's a rooibos, and rooibos are not normally my very favorite teas, and it tastes like rooibos.
That's fair.
Thanks. I like our little tree. I will name him George. Actually, we should name him Max after the dog from the Grinch, because we already have a plant named George.
Yes, he's over there.
I turned him, by the way. He was starting to be lopsided.
Thank you for turning him. We have a succubus that is doing a very good job of just like taking over its pot.
Okay, it's growing on me. Every sip is a little bit better. Well, it is Sunday morning.
It is Sunday morning.
Happy Advent. Today is Advent Love Candle. And we are going to get ready to head to church shortly. So you have a blessed day, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye.